But on a top chat foolishness, brother. Every day, every see. It be time. It may not say something close. It didn't turn long attack Spanish. I want me to dry him up, and then the speaker claims say him did seek all day before. Why the speaker never said, Mr. Turlang will deliver part of his speech in Spanish because he sought and get the permission from the speaker. I like she tell, brother. That's who I'm to dry him up, making she say it, brother. This speaker, young speaker, where I invoke standard. Like she try to rule people, bro. On the top him, man, boy, this command, that's why I go embarrassed. He's embarrassment to try, bro. He might talk about English and he might chat pay garbage, he might chat and a.
All right, thank you. I am one of those persons that say one of our biggest problems in Jamaica is indiscipline. And we must recognize that the Speaker of the House, right? Her role is to uphold the rules and to preserve order. And they are standing order.
To be an independent.
Let me say something very quick. I want to say something very quick. I want to make one point. I want to make one crucial point. Patois will only be used in Jamaica. English is what we're going to use to do trade, commerce across the world, across the earth. It is imperative for our people to speak appropriately, to communicate with the rest of the world. Jamaica wants a small island. Hold on. I want a small island, and we need to communicate with the rest of the world appropriately and right. So they see, when you see some people coming out of a country, right, and build one hotel. Well, let me land. Opportunity, let me land right here, so please. When you see, I'm say something I want you guys to look and think about and how people see you. When you see some people come from overseas and build in your land, and say you can't come my hotel. Up here, this is they're looking down at you. They're looking at people that they can't communicate with. So when they see them come and they try to build one hotel and say no black man can't come there. Where do you think they look at? Oh, you think they look at you? You think they look at you intelligently?
All right, Sword. Let us move on. Go ahead, Hope, and then we go to HR.
No, I'm not the brightest or the well-learned person here, but I can say I thank God for the Ethiopian Orthodox Church that I was baptized in 1981, knowing that civilization started Africa. Ethiopians speak two languages, Ge'ez and Amharic, and that's where them original. When you go to any English speaking or any other language, you sit there as an English person. And if them don't want you to hear what them say, as a Spanish person, them start to speak in Spanish. And if you go in a French home, them start to speak French in a them home. And if you go Ethiopia, them speak Amharic and you don't understand what them saying. And the Chinese are the same thing. Where's our identity? We don't need to wake the fuck up. Listen, man, you don't get me mad. We don't need to wake up. We don't need to wake up.
Man, leave it and done such a garbage, my brother.
We don't need to wake up. I'm going to tell you the time to wake up. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to say this. In Patois, let me just ask a question. Let's ask a question. We have eight main figure of speech. I'm a beg on to name at least 3 or 4 of them figures of speech. I might not be able to tell myself, but I'm going to make no. Simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, alliteration, onomatopoeia, oxymoron, and irony. You know, those are 8 figure of speech mainly used, and I can tell you that you can speak patois in those 8 figure of speech, and it can be translated in English. You don't need to wake up. You don't lose any weight.
We're not saying patois.
I'm going to learn. I went in 1999. I went to England, and I was in Nottingham. My friend came from Derby to look for me. And we were out there speaking in Jamaican language. 15 young English girls surround us and want us to say every single word of patois to them. They were captivated by it. Me I beg you need to wake up. I'm asking you, I'm begging you, wake up.
Come on, labor and then them just a different labor.
HR, you're coming up next. Go. You have a few seconds leave. Hope. You land there? Okay. HR, your turn.
Wait.
Go ahead,
I think we need to recenter the conversation because the conversation is proceeding in a direction that it ought not to go. The conversation is not about English versus Patois and who dunce and who bright and who have million degree. That's not what we're talking about. The issue is the same Nikisha Burchell issue that took place in Parliament. It is not a Juliet thing. What Juliet is doing in her capacity as speaker is enforcing what is in the standing orders. And if you read the standing orders, it said presentations must be done in English. So now she get up for her own volition and say, look here, Nikisha, don't speak no patois in here. It's a standing orders the lady enforce. And she write them. Yeah? So until the standing orders of the parliament are changed, where we start to accommodate patois, that is the standing orders that the lady must enforce. But some of us are so hell-bent on the political argument where we try to tear down the woman. But Juliet will forever be there until 2030.
And she shouldn't be there. She shouldn't be there because...
Sir, I'm on the floor. I'm on the floor. Mute your mic, please.
Nepotism, man. And nepotism, that.
Mute your damn mic.
Mute your mic.
Right? And if you, as I said, weeping earlier, I long for the day when Jamaica start to engage critical thinking in the utterances. Because we need to interrogate why that rule exists. Remember now, every proceeding of Parliament is recorded. And when I say recorded, I mean the minutes of Parliament are taken at every sitting, right? You have transcribers in the Parliament that are taking the minutes of the proceedings. Now, can you imagine if patois was allowed? Yet none of us, you Richard said earlier, none of us here know how to write patois. We can speak it eloquently, but none of us know how to write it properly. It will be hell for the transcribers to sit there and a book shuffle over write and spell properly for the minutes. So we have to interrogate why that rule exists. It's not that we hate patois. We know that patois is our culture, it is ours, and we hug it up. But the rule exists for a reason. It is for the purposes of Hansard, right? So
let me ask. Is it one of the
wait. Is not Juliet get up and say I don't want any patois in here? Is that her rule and she write it? She was elected in 2016 and she come and see that rule and the standing orders and she write and she put in there. Yeah? So it's not about the conversation, it's not about patois versus English and we hate patois and patois is very small. And that's not the conversation. We need to recenter the conversation on the central issue, which is why the rule exists. It is not the speaker enforcing a rule that she write or put it in the standing orders, and she put it in there. She come see it there.
All right, thank you, HR. Go ahead.
Okay, so listen, as the man said, and she put it in there, right? And patois is
English. You're the man that speak perfect English and so bright.
I want to say something real quick. Oh, hold on.
I'm on timer.
He's on a timer.
Patois is not the English's language. The language is English. Patois is not the language. It's a slang. Yeah, we speak it outside, but officially in the parliament. You can't speak that in there, as a man said, you cause so many words in a patois right spelled so much different ways. Who go and say this is the right way or that is the right way? I've met Jamaicans abroad, can't even speak proper English. I feel shame.
We're in a bad place.
You understand? And Nikisha is just trying to aggravate the lady. Because she make up these rules, you know. She had do her job. I want to fight and I bring the lady. She had do her job. Yeah, when she was appointed, you know, PNP never have no problem with it, you know. But because they realize they can't run around or have them way. example for setting that's a brother. And this ghetto thing and falling where them are going with in there. All this lady I run go grab up the mace like a little dolly house thing. And sometimes we have students in the gallery.
Try to talk English.
You understand? All them idiot that come from, man. Brother, I've traveled the world and I can seamlessly switch between English and patois. So me don't have to prove nothing to you.
English is vital for our society. Very, 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 very,
You understand?
Hold on, Sword. He
English
still have
is
some
a
time.
slang. Patois is a slang. The language is English. You speak that outside the parliament. Nobody not saying if you speak it outside. But inside of the parliament officially. If you don't want to change, one to win 100, you not change it. Because you not win an election for now. I'm in land here.
Listen, hey, yo, the man I want
I want to say something. Hold on. It's my turn.
You talk too much, man. You talk too much, man. Make somebody else talk.
Hold on, man.
You chat too much, man. You chat too much. Let somebody else talk.
That's their prospect.
Karma, go ahead. Karma?
That's their prospect.
Yeah, man. Good evening, everyone.
Karma. Go ahead, Sword. And then we'll go to Dr. Oracle. Go ahead.
Hope opportunity, please control yourself, control your anger. Control your anger, brother, because I'm not talk to people with disrespect, you know. No, let me say this. Let me say this. Hold on.
Man,
let me say this. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. I am not agreeing. Hold on, brother. It's my time.
No, man.
I am not agreeing with no political parties. I have never voted in my life, nor I care. I have the interest to. I would never vote for no PNP or JLP. Hold on. I study my people. I love my people very, very much. And I understand how the earth works. Patois can only use a small demographic in the face of the earth. Yes, it's unique, it's nice. It's one of the most, to be honest, Jamaican accents is one of the most attractive accents on the face of the earth. But nevertheless, we're supposed to still speak appropriately to communicate with the rest of the world. And the Jamaican people, Jamaican people must understand that English is actually the mainstream language of the earth.
You are speaking patois and understand the world understand what you are saying.
I do agree. And it's
brother, then we are talking, brother. Stop talk.
Hold on, brother.
Come on, you have to stop talk, man. Stop talk, man.
Let me do a minute, because these are truth. These are the reality. I've never said something that is not the reality. It is the reality within earth today. I'm not saying we're supposed to get rid of patois totally, but it's a slang. We can't people see black people only speaking slang. Let me land, bro. Let me land, please. When I go to black American is slang. Everywhere you go see black people and can't speak appropriately and right. Film points to them, but they can't dress good. They can't
black
do things
people
right.
language are African
I am saying
language,
to you,
brother.
hold on.
English, we're beaten and forced to talk English, brother.
Speaking patois is like we were, hold on, bro. Speaking patois is like we were in our pants or a butt.
Man, if you stop talk, man.
Speaking patois skill.
If you stop talk.
Speaking patois is like we were in our pants or a bottom.
We're going to have to, 1 second, Sword. If you guys are not going to show respect, I'm going to have to remove you from the box. Because there are a lot of people requesting to come up. Allow each person to speak. They are allotted 3 minutes. If you have something to say after when time, just make a note of it and then you can say what you want to say. Go ahead, Sword.
Listen to me. Speaking patois, I like we are wearing pants in our butt. It's short. Like we wear pants at our waist, and we now wear our waist. I understand that it came from our colonizers. I know this. But nevertheless, that's what it is. Slang like we are wearing pants and we bottom a swag. And life is about swagging. We have to be taken as a serious nation when we speak and when we are on the world stage. And when our people have problems and them speak English would be a great amplifier. If we're the third largest English speaking country in the Western Hemisphere, right? That is one great voice, And if we can't speak English right, nobody can hear we've come to help either. If we've been oppressed, You understand me? Because a lot of people, a lot of ghetto people might talk, they might ball and might talk and nobody now hear them because they don't understand the language. Patwa can only speak on Jamaica Island only. The rest of earth, they speak English. You understand me? Our Jamaican people should be able to learn, speak English appropriately and right. You see me I say? Because I'm an English speaking country.
We just ask a question. America speak English?
Well, I know you, Richard. Well, I know you, Richard. Well, I know. It is my time. I believe in you.
Doctor. Go ahead, doctor.
Thank you. And I'm saying good night to you, Madam Host, and all that and the panel, those on the Far You page and those are listening. But there is somewhere 1 week before Miss Burchell, there's a man spoke patois by the name of Marlon Morgan in the Parliament. You hypocrites. HR and sword. 1 week exactly before Mrs. Burchell, Marlon Morgan make his patois demonstration. And I did not heard the Speaker of the House reprimand Marlon Morgan. And when Spanish was speak in the House, there was an excuse when Edward Warmington that there was a confidential vote. Go to the I sign of Parliament. There was no such thing. Right? You hypocrites. You liars. You and enablers of criminals in the Parliament. Marlon Morgan make his patois speech in the Parliament, and the bully, Mrs. Holness, did not call out Marlon Morgan. Yes, it is. Yes, it is the standing order of the Parliament to speak proper English. What good for the goose, good for the gander.
You land there, Dr. Cole?
No, I'm just looking to AI Google when name HR Google and when one name comments, right?
90% when I box a comment a labor and then can't spell.
Do your thing.
Comrade Cole, just read them comment and you see them as spell patois, they not talk English. Just continue, Comrade Cole.
Right? So come and stick to the Parliament, right? When
I hear you, Comrade Cole, you're gone, you're low.
You're gone low.
Oh, sorry. When Alanda Turlang, the alleged boyfriend of the Prime Minister liar.
Comrade Cole, nobody like that, man. Just keep it civil, bro.
Okay.
Please. Good.
Right? When he stand up in the Parliament and speak Spanish, and when Edward Warmington stand up and said the standing order said English only, go to I sign in the Parliament, there was no vote that happened for he speak Spanish. When Marlon Morgan speak patois, there was no vote for Marlon Morgan speaks patois. And I'm not defending whether Angela Burnberg or
It's Nesta Morgan, not Marlon, Nesta.
Nesta Morgan. Thank you. Yeah. Right? None of these hypocrites, when they are talking about patois, and the one we run off, we can't spell his name good. Because he can't talk English patois when next word is gypsy. When we used to speak Malapa, Pupapa, nothing that he can't talk. You hypocrites. Jamaica is at a crossroad. And I'm telling you this.
Yes.
You see, when the people of Jamaica are going to stand up, I pray to God that I've been made a rest. Because it won't be nice. The people have been oppressed. Right? I don't need to stop it. You need to stop it and call a spade a spade. What Nikisha Burchell did was wrong. Because it's a standing order. What Alanda Turlang did was wrong. And what the Nether JLP Member of Parliament spoke fatwa in the Parliament was wrong. No politician no buy me my rum. And me buy me own a rum. So no come here and talk like you know intelligence, you piece of garbage. We are no, you can. We are destroying the fabric of Jamaica.
Yeah, but come on, Cole. Remember, I lead the platform. Just make with us all. Keep it. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it.
And I yield back to the floor.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Why, guys? Can
We've
you?
been something, please.
Yes, I'm gonna allow you all to say something, but I'm gonna pause for a second. Can you guys just give me some taps on the screen, please? I can't believe I'm still down there with the taps. If everybody in the house, just even for a few seconds, it will bring the taps up. I've been on the live and nobody's tapping, and by the time I look down and come up, TikTok in the live, what you find, the algorithm is very active, and if there's no activity on the system, I have to constantly be doing a puzzle, and if I'm not paying attention, then the live will end. So guys, please, I don't see the taps moving. I'm gonna ask everybody to just, if you just bounce your finger gently on your device, it will send the likes up. Just gently, just bounce your fingers like this on your device and it will send the taps up. So when the algorithm will pick up that there's activity going on over here, and I won't have to keep doing the puzzle each time. And if I'm not paying attention, the live will end if I don't see it to do the puzzle within the time that they give me to do it. All right, so Skip, I'm going to let you come through. I'm going to be also checking the persons in the box taps. If you're not tapping, I'm going to have to try somebody who will come up and do some tapping. So please tap.
So I wanted to say something.
Mute. Yeah, they want not to mute because it'll slow down the thing, please.
Okay, I wanted to say something real quick. So I've worked with some people from Ghana, and they have their languages, right? They have their native languages. I think Ghana has many different languages. I think Twi is one of them, the largest there. And they speak English very well. They speak English more better than some Jamaican speakers, to be honest. You understand? So what I'm trying to say to you, we need English to communicate. Hold on, let me finish. They need English to communicate across the earth for trades. If we want to expand, English is something that we have to learn.
But to be honest,
I am not saying that we have to get rid of Patwa.
We're not
30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm not saying we're getting rid of Patwa, but I'm trying to say to you that we must articulate ourselves better on the earth to be respected as a people. Patwa and party language, man. A party language, yeah. And a business language, to be honest. A party language.
We're respected around the world, brother.
All right.
It's not. I'm not saying it's not, and it's not. It's not attractive to certain people, and it's the most sexiest language on the earth. But nevertheless, we have to learn the business language perfect. English, perfect English is business languages, and we know this. We know this.
I might talk to you. That's what you might look at this. Mental something. You see, all the way as a story, honestly, in a sense. Because guess what? If Nikisha Burchell, good, Andrew Holness, Mark Goldie. Mark Goldie talk English in the Parliament, you know. Mark Goldie can. Mark Goldie speak Jamaican in most times presentation. I don't know why they have the problem with Nikisha Birchall. You the problem me I say now. Any representative for politicians go out there and them represent, then speak English, the Queen's language. When our DJ go out there, then speak Jamaican. The one that we are trying to speak English sound awful, embarrassing. When we athlete them go out there, them try to talk English and then something, it's awful. May I tell you, media foreign. In time I open from my mouth. Oh, I have a jam down. Fascinating our language, brother. Brother, listen, we speak Jamaican. Let me tell you something. Every going to the UN, every country deliver them speech in them language. When they Vladimir Putin can speak proper English, and him not speak English, and him not doing an interview. Most of these African leaders talking like not African, Chinese not Chinese, Arabic not Arabic.
Absolutely.
All of them. So this I'm saying to you, the business language I say is English, but when a Chinese man do business in English, man, he a Chinese talk and get an interpreter.
Absolutely.
But me not say that because Jamaica go anywhere do business. Let me finish, please. Jamaica not do anything in Jamaica. We do it now in English. Anyway, Jamaica do business, and the number one we do English. So let us speak. All I'm saying. Good. Wait, Mr. Cole, say this. The speaker. No, man, no. My time soon, Mr. Cole. When you call you dusted. The speaker, and when I get it wrong, the speaker should speak the less than the parliament. The speaker is an independent referee. Good. So when the speaker and since 1962 we have over 10 speakers. This is the only one every minister invoke the standing order. This speaker. This speaker is the only speaker from me a little boy where Michael Manlemata where invoke the standing order.
Anthony Richard.
Who want to say on a principle?
Anthony. Okay, Anthony. Listen, and I don't want to sound like JLP. But I've seen a video today where the Prime Minister was speaking. And he was speaking about Singapore and how Singapore has 6 million people and it's the size of St. James, right? And based upon what I'm getting from
Singapore bigger than St. James.
No. That's what he said. Okay. Even is like he's telling. But basically, when I'm hearing him speaking about the crime rate, I am seeing that where perhaps his agenda is to make some drastic change to develop Jamaica to become something like Singapore. This is my I could be wrong. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I could be wrong. Hold on,
Let me finish talk. Listen to me, I said, man.
Would we? Time, but
remember to say this in a couple of seconds. Would us, all of us want Jamaica to be Singapore? All of us. Because we like Jamaica to be Singapore. Would we agree? Yes? For the rules that bring Singapore to where Singapore is today, would we accept all of those things? Food for thought and IRS.
I don't think.
No. The answer you which had no. For Singapore get there, Lee Kung Wang first start to arrest corrupt politicians.
I won't answer, Paul. I won't answer.
I don't know any.
Mali,
guys, 1 second. Go ahead, Molly. And then we go to
good night. So I understand the conversation, right? But what I think we're not going to say that Patois should not be accepted because it forms a part of our culture and our history. But we must understand too that a lot of our people do not really speak the Queen's English. Because even on here, you'll hear people talking and basic subject and verb agreements, people don't know how to use appropriately. But in order for our communication to be accepted broadly and widely, English would be the preferred language in which we communicate. When you live outside of Jamaica, and especially if you work in a corporate environment, Just like a person who may speak Creole or Spanish, it can be frowned upon because people feel excluded from the conversation if you speak a language other than English, which they can neither relate to or understand. Now, in Miss Birchel's case, if it is that she should have asked permission to speak in patois, she should have appropriately done so. The problem I have with what is going on as I observe as an outsider, the way the arguments have been presented on TikTok.
Coming to you, Dr.
As a people, we must act in our own best interest because we can't keep pointing the finger and say, them do it, so we are doing it, and we do it, so them are doing it. We will never get to where we need to be. And there has to come a point, come a point, right? There has to come a point where we say, this is where we draw the line, and this is how we're going to move forward as a people and as a nation. I yield.
Well, you want to...
Hold on, still. I haven't heard from Stephen in a while. Stephen, I'm going to let you come in.
I raise a point of order, Madam Ose. I raise a point of order. Right? What I'm saying, that what Mitisha Burkell did was wrong. Just like what Angela Brownberg did was wrong.
Yes, you're gone down low.
Make him go, man. Make him man talk. When I come back in, both.
Dr. Cole?
Yeah. Right?
You're low. I don't know. Talk back into the phone so we can hear you.
Yeah. What I'm saying, Madam Ose, one thing for sure in life, I tell everybody.
Mr. Cole, and
I tell everybody this. Nobody can muzzle me. Right? Because I'm going to dead longer than how me live. What I'm saying, what Angela Brownberg did was wrong. What Mrs. Burkell did was wrong. I am not taking up for them. But what I'm saying, that when the Speaker of the House allow one to do it, right, and did not raise a standing order, that's where the problem lie. 1 week before that, a JLP member went to the Parliament and chat patois. And she did not raise a standing order. And that's evidential facts. So when you hear these people come now and defend Madam Speaker, the bully of the House, what good for the goose, good for the gander. That's all I'm saying. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you do not stand for something, you're going to fall for nothing.
My gracious. All right, thanks, Dr. Cole.
The floor.
Stephen, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I'd just like to... The problem is, Mrs. Owens is too combative to be a referee. A referee needs to understand their role in the game so that the game can be played to its finality. Mrs. Owens believes that she can affect the game. A speaker does not affect the game. A speaker is balanced and fair as much as is possible to ensure that the game is played fairly.
With respect, should be.
A point of order. A point of order. A point of order. It's a young man, that man when he Ian, that man when he Ian was a run left Jamaica because
stop reading comment now, Mr. Cole, man. Mr. Cole, stop reading comment now, man. Steven. Speaker should. Here's Stephen. Yes, so should Stephen. No, please. Yeah?
Pay the comments any mind. Don't read the comments because you're just gonna allow them to upset you. Don't read the comments.
Yeah, see, Stephen, I'm not correct still, but me that you say is correct. I should. A speaker should, not is. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
More or less, think Mr. Wholeness needs to really look at somebody else to instill in the parliament some to calm down the temperature so that the combativeness we can bring an end to it, because it is not doing the country any good. And everything, all this problem that we are having is because of Mrs. Wholeness and her combativeness.
I totally agree.
This thing about the language, or there are leeways that she can afford each person and to correct them where they have gone astray. Mrs. Wholeness herself, who speaks more broken language than her. Let's be frank and be fair.
Get out of what kind of language.
I hear
member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside, what kind of language that? That's it. And parliamentary.
We need to be fair and to stop making it. We need to, when things are wrong, we need to say that it is wrong so that it can be correctly corrected. And I'll leave it there.
I agree with you, my boy. Anyway, this is what I want to say.
That's all we say, that's all we are saying. Listen, listen, it's when
Anthony,
one little second, me as a skill. You see, when Miss Owens, as a comrade, I support Miss Owens first time be speaker, Believe me, because I just believe, say, as someone that me always love. You catch me, I say? Because she's a very bright person. But when time she take it now, she take it to a stand
you Richard. Tell me when Miss Owens leave St. Catherine, how much of the job?
Me no know.
You tell me that.
Bright girl.
No, you said she always been bright.
She's a bright person. I don't know. But this one, Mr. Listen, me I say. She's a bright person, and we can't take that from her. Because you cannot be a chartered accountant. Mr. Coleman, you cannot be a chartered accountant in a bright. So listen to me, I say, man. And listen, man, because we not talk politics, yes, sir.
I know politics, you Richard.
Man, Mr. Coleman. However,
when she leaves St. Catherine, how many subjects she leaves St. Catherine with? How many subjects Miss Owens leaves St. Catherine with? Can you say she always tell me that she try to improve, not always.
Okay, go ahead, Skill.
This is what I want to say. Look, we learn English and we speak Patois. Patois is our native language. Now, in every country throughout the world, Italy, France, Germany, Africa, wherever, they speak their own language. If you notice, anytime America go to China, go do any negotiating, they have a translator.
Absolutely.
If they go to Italy, they have a translator. So why we can have a translator? Why we want to be somebody? We can be ourselves. Patois is us. Why we are pulled away from it like we shame a bit? I'm not ashamed of Patois. I live in America and I chat Patois every day. Even to my boss or anybody else. Me chat Patois. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very proud of it. And I don't want to sound like nobody else. I want to sound like me. We not try to pick up American slang because I can speak it too, but I rather speak Patois because that is me.
All right, I'm gonna start from the bottom and start with Hope, and I have this question. Mrs. Wholeness, is she a master of procedure or skill, remove skill? What he said was not appropriate for viewers in all regions. Remove skill. I'm going to, TikTok, take him down. All right, I'm going to give it a few minutes and then Skill, I'm going to take you back up. I don't know what you said. Why TikTok wanted me to remove you.
The America, I invite certain things in America. You have to be curious about it.
A procedure and consensus, or is she one-sided and biased? And I'm going to start with Hope. Hope, are you there?
Yeah, I'm saying I've seen different levels. I've seen levels of biasness with the speaker. I've seen it. There's no question that she means well for the parliament.
You're going in and out. We're not hearing you at all.
I'm saying she have to, as one person said just now, is the first time in the history we're having so much problem with members on the opposition side and even on the government side, where the standing orders is so rigidly exercised. For example, I want to say this. I'm representing Westwall St. Andrew. So I'm representing Westwall St. Andrew, and I get up and say, I am the member. I just want to address the parliament and let my viewers and onlookers that I am the elected member of Westwall St. Andrew and here to represent. And then the member say, member, get on with your question. No, you go there to represent your people. And I'm saying there has to be some sort of, even though I know each person get 30 minutes and all of those things, you can give people, members, a little breathing space to represent the people who them come in parliament to represent. You don't have to be so rigid by showing that you're some principal, and as someone say, you are the referee, you're there to referee, right? And so I believe that there is I've seen biasness, I've seen it, and she don't have to be so rigid with the standing orders at all. She must exercise flexibility. There has to be some level of flexibility, as long as it does not infringe upon the rules. But there has to be some flexibility from the Speaker of the House, and I'm not seeing it most of the times. And where we don't understand, what I feel that there is, what you see is what you see on television and what you see on in the parliament. You don't know what words may pass between the Speaker of the House and Nikisha Burchell in blind eye. You don't know what is happening between the two people, but it show when whatever happening between the both of them, it display in the parliament. There may be issues between the both of them outside of what you're not seen on television and what you're not seen in the parliament, after parliament. You don't know what take place, what happened. You don't know.
A little bit.
You don't know what is happening between the two individuals. There may be cross. It could be a situation where they cross path in a very terrible way. They're not going to come out and tell the public that. Okay, so we have to be careful. We don't know what happened in the lunchroom. You don't know what may happen crossing the bathroom, going into the car. You don't know. You don't know what is happening, but clearly something is happening between the two parties, the two individuals.
Can I ask a question real quick? I'm gonna ask you a question, brother. Is it a rule?
One second.
I was gonna ask you
a few seconds ago. You land there, Hope?
Yeah, man. So I think that there is biasness. There's some level of biasness, and I'm saying that the speaker need to exercise. She need to speak to an attorney at law and let them know that there's no rule that written that discretion cannot be exercised. She need to sit with a council top council. Michael Linton, if you want, a top council, and make you teach her some things of the law. There's nothing in the law that we can't exercise discretion.
But
All right.
I want to go next. Hold on, I've been waiting for
something.
Hold on,
based on what-
It's your turn. The
Let me
question
say something
is,
real quick.
is the Speaker of the House a master of procedure and consensus, or is she partial to the JLP? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, she's obviously partial to the JLP. She does partial. I don't think she has many interruptions when it comes on to, she have done any interruptions with the JLP. JLP can speak freely, to me, based upon my understanding. But the PNP are starting to have problems. And that's where the problem is, because the PNP cannot speak without she's interrupting. I do understand this. That's unfair treatment is going on with the Speaker of the House. But I wanted to say something. Is it rule that you're not supposed to speak patois in Parliament? That's the question I wanted to ask.
Yeah, man, that's a
Standing
rule.
up.
Yeah, the standard of leadership.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the rule must be respected. If the referee seems to blow the whistle and say, hey, you're going against the rule, and we have made a rule that
did she did that to the JLP?
Okay, and she also should go by that rule. It can't be just for the people.
The
And she
standing
doesn't
order says that proceedings and debate in the House must be in the English
In the
language.
English language, yes.
Yes, and which is an appropriate thing. I think it's appropriate, not because, you know, I've nothing against patois, but my point is, we Jamaicans, we have a lot of Jamaicans have. Hold on, a lot of Jamaicans overseas or in the greater part of the earth have difficulty understanding English and communicating within our society, and this is just a fact. This is why I said what I said. You know, is that I'm not picking up for a party. You know, I am saying there's a great majority of Jamaicans have problems communicating. Hold on, let me land, please. Let me land. A lot of Jamaicans, right? A lot of Jamaicans, we are the poorest of people. The one that have no money to go to school, having problems communicating with the rest of the world. When they go overseas, they having problems to properly convey their issues because they don't have much words of English. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So it's better for the leaders, them. Hold on, let me land, please. Let me land. Let me land. We're not okay, hold on. The point of order.
Point of order.
All right, the point of order must be respected. The point of order must be respected in Parliament because they are the ones setting the trend within society. They're the leaders. Hold on.
Mr. Cole, but the Speaker of the Hill, you know, trying to ill. Low make him feel. Him not getting a point of low. Go on, continue, sir.
I'm through the oath.
But the Speaker now ill, Mr. Cole. Low him no make him go on, Mr. Cole, man. In soon finish. Even you say what you say.
Point of order.
Yeah, but the Speaker must
Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House.
1 second, sir. I think whatever Dr. Cole has to say is burning. Go ahead, Dr. Cole. I hear what you have to say.
What is the percentage of Jamaica that speak English versus that who speak patois? Right? That is critical, you know.
All right.
We have 2.7 million people live on the mainland. Out of that 2.7 that live on the mainland, 1.9 speak patois.
Mr. Cole.
Hey, that's inaccurate. Hold on. That was my time.
Hold on. Mr. Cole, no disrespect. Anything you want to say, please use a pen and write it down until your time. Don't interrupt the man talking, please.
Mr. Cole, the point about that whole of the thing, Mr. Cole, you're saying at your time.
Please, Mr. Cole, please use
man.
a pen and write down what you have to say until your time come.
Okay. So I want to say that. So patois is used in a very small island by itself. For the people to communicate or connect with the rest of the world, they need English. English is a vital necessity to the Jamaican people. If Jamaica is classified as an English-speaking country, and if the population is not appropriately speaking English, it does not look very good. It look like a dunce attack. You understand me? So when I say to you, English is like a slang. You wear your pants or your bottom, you know, properly dress appropriately. When you speak patois, it's like you know, really dress appropriately. And I understand that other people like the way we speak. Hold on, let me land, please. I'm saying,
No, man, it's a cool man. Please, man, just stop it, man.
Other people look at us like mascot. Whenever time we speak patois, we're not clowns for people to laugh when time we're speaking. Speaking appropriately is essential for our community, for our society. It is essential to convey your message appropriately and intelligently as a people.
I suppose my turn.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker,
No, my time now. My time now. Write your pen. Write your pen till when you're ready to talk. My time now. Listen to me what I say now. Listen to me what I say now. Because me hear it generally would ever say these things. And it come like him embarrassed when Jamaican speak Jamaican. Good? Me I speak Jamaican right now. You say embarrassed when me attack. You're not talk nothing. A Jamaican attack a while again, talking to a while again. I'm listening, I'm here adequate, I know everything what you say a while again. Listen to me, I say, brother.
Embarrassed.
Brother, no man, me just say what me I say. Let me talk now, brother. Listen, because me I tell you how you sound. You hear me I tell you, say. America, don't speak English. You say change everything. Colin, Collin, and then say Colin. In English is Colin. America don't speak English. Them speak them language. America speak American. Good. Wales speak a different type of English from Britain. Scotland speak a different type of English from Britain. Everybody have their own language, bro. Stop there, make it's an embarrassing to communicate. Me, they are foreign and me are work, brother. When I'm talking about them, I say, Mr. Richards, please slow down. Come and talk fast.
You only have less than 2 minutes and your time is running.
Yeah. I answer, man. Me just say, done. So when me talk now,
been conducting herself in an impartial way in the parliament.
No. Let me say no. I'm gonna tell you why. It was collectively decided when the 28 member of parliament from the PNP and the quality of the parliament said them are going to do this. Last problem we have with the member, because the first time, the speaker was seconded by the PNP, because they believe should be an independent person. However, what our problem is when OSHA conduct the parliament, she didn't invoke the standard at the time, she not withhold certain things like build the table and them thing there. Then we have a problem with that. Good? This time when they come now, the first thing she do, when she realize the caliber candidate the PNP have, and the intellect what them come with, and it will cause a problem, she come and invoke from the first time she say, members, not members, members. So she said, the standing order say, standing order, and she invoke the standard. Every time somebody talk from the opposition side, member, standing order, this said that. Member, every time a member from the PNP start, she invoke the standing order. And when the Jamaica Labour Party speak, she don't say it. And this is bias. I'm going to tell you something. Listen to me. Nobody want to tell me, say, and Juliet was someone I love. I tell her that. I like her. I not lie. I not disrespect her. But she's biased. And I just believe that she's not biased. She's a political then. And she's biased to her side.
She's partisan.
She's partisan. She's very partisan. Very partisan. Yeah. And that's all me saying. And we call a speed and me are honest with it. The speaker is a referee. A referee should. Because if you listen to England and Britain, the only time the speaker talk, and when somebody get out and
Time up. Watch your clock.
Me I watch it.
Go ahead, Dr. Cole.
Without a shadow of the doubt, based upon what I've seen, that the Speaker of the House, is the most biased. When Edmund Bartley took up the mace and ran out of the Parliament, because I know I'm talk proper English now, come and do it. Right? What happened that Edmund Bartley was never been reprimanded by like how Angela Brown Burke did, right? In 1993 when Mr. Seaga said to the Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaican people that the mission is to oppose, and when nothing of they oppose. And a bill was brought to the Parliament, a development bill to how them build up Jamaica. And Edmund Bartlett, who is the tourist minister today, took up the mace and ran out of the Parliament. Right? But you know, what I see within these people talking about Patwa are what? 98% of the ghetto speak a language that we call Patwa. Right? 99% of the so-called nigger class and upper class, right, which is the minority, speak English. Look on the landscape of Jamaica and you will see that the landscape of Jamaica, but we don't talk about that. There is a member of parliament went to the parliament 1 week before Nikika Burchell, and he spoke Patois, and we never hear member standing order. Right? Yes, the Speaker of the House only preside over the Parliament when there's a critical, because she is a bully. And that cannot be hid. When Hollander Turlang start to speak Spanish,
your time is up, sir. Your time is up. Your time is up. Your time
can't
is
tell
up.
my time up. You
Your
can't tell
time
my
up.
time up. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Your time is up.
Right? When Abraham Warmington rebuke Hollander Turlang, go to the high sign of Parliament, there was no vote. Mrs. Onis, a bully, biased speaker in the history from 62 to 2026. And I yield back to the floor.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Molly.
So I'm gonna say this. If Mrs. Holness was a man with the same kind of projections in the parliament, would she be judged in the same manner? And the reason I
don't want
say
that
this,
sexist card. No, that sexist card, I don't want it.
you know, no, but
This
That
gender
sexist
thing is
card.
beating
That
me.
sexist card.
This gender thing, I hate this gender argument. I don't come with it.
See, you're doing exactly what she's saying. When the men were speaking, nobody said anything. No woman come up. You start. No, the lady makes you talk.
No, but Miss Wopel, to be respectful, don't believe that necessary. Trust me.
you know why it is necessary?
No, bias is bias, Miss Wopel.
Oh my God.
Who's do it?
Let me speak, please. Let me speak.
It's a sexist card. A sexist card.
Mr. Cole, I've given you time and extra time. So this is Molly time now. So allow her to have her time.
I understand that you don't like the sexist card, right? But what I want to say is that for many women, and the host will understand, that she may communicate the same way or will attempt to communicate something in the same manner that a male tries to communicate it. And she's judged from a place of emotion, right?
A sexist card.
Oh God.
That's a
You know what?
sexist
Cole,
card.
Mr. Coleman. We agree it's sexist, but me should speak to Mr. Coleman.
Continue, Molly.
And the fact of the matter is that Mrs. Holness, I'm not going to say that she's not biased, right? I am not going to say that she's always fair. I don't have the historical perspective to line every speaker of the house and judge them and rank them in terms of who was least biased to most biased, right? But what we can see from the sound bites that are presented, or the highlight reels that are presented, or maybe the interruptions that we see, that it appears to be biased. But what I'm saying is, what if she believes that she has to play defense because she's female, and also she feels prejudged because she's the prime minister's wife and not a husband of the prime minister if she was male? And what if it is that she knows that with all these things coming at her, she has to act in a manner that would just appear to be much more
Reason why she shouldn't be there
harsher?
and speak at the
Oh
house.
dear God, let me finish, please. That presents her to be much more biased and puts her in a more harsher microscopic light than a male speaker doing the same thing sitting in that seat. As women, we aren't always judged by the role, but we're judged by our emotions. That's all I'm gonna say. And nobody can say it's because you don't like the gender thing, because we know if one man is down in there and they raise hell, and I said, well, that's not joint hand. That's it. And that will be the end of the story.
But Iraq Clark is also biased. Very. But we're not talking about Iraq Clark at this time. We're going to talk about she.
Molly, you land? You land, Molly?
Yes, I land. Yes, I land.
Yeah, Violet was a speaker of the House from the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mr. Cole, give me a chance, please. I've been here for
I raise my hand for a point of order.
Host, I've been here for about an hour, and this is the first time I'm being put on the floor.
I raise my hand for a
Cole, allow him, Mr. Cole. Let's remember what you have to say, please.
Make a note of what you want to say, Dr. Cole. I'm going to come right back to you.
Okay. I think the young lady that just spoke, she brought up her point. Everybody brought across their point. Some were political, some based on education. She brought hers on gender. And we played right into her hand by all the men jumping up and opposing. She's speaking what she wants to speak, how she sees it, right? However, the standing orders of the Parliament was adopted in 1964. And it was adopted because we just got independence and it came right from the British. All right? Does it matter? Okay. The next thing is, right, all that's written in the standing orders are rules. It's coming basically from independence, and we've been following them. I don't see why in 2026, when a rule is broken and you are reprimanded for breaking the rule, it's a problem.
Did 1 week before that rule broke?
Cool. You have no manners, sir. You have no manners.
Did 1 week before
manners, sir. You have no manners whatsoever.
Did 1 week before that a member of the Jamaica Labour Party break that same rule? Did 1 week before
Sir,
a member of the Jamaica Labour Party broke that rule?
You have
Mr. Cole, let him speak. Make him speak, because I want to hear the answer to whether or not she's biased or not biased. I just want to hear that. That's why. The question address account to what the host asked. We are following the standing orders here. We are following the standing orders here. Set out by the...
1 second. I don't like to remove people from the box. I'm a moderator. Just WhatsApp me, ask if he's to move Dr. Cole. Dr. Cole, you have to allow.
No, I'm not going to remove you. I don't have to remove.
Dr. Cole, what think for run Dr. Cole, man? How you get to say about school, man?
Extra time. I give everybody 3 minutes. Sometimes I add another 3 minutes. Sometimes I add 1 minute. I give you a lot of time to make your point, but you have to allow others to speak. That's just what I'm saying. I have to keep. I give you a lot of time, so I'll allow you to express yourself and to make your point. But you have to extend the same courtesy to the other persons in the box. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be, you know, mean or rude or anything like that, or unkind to you.
Or biased.
All right, go ahead, Farmer.
Yes. No, what I'm saying is when a rule is broken in Jamaican society, we come up with excuse. Now, rather than speaking about the people, and this conversation that we're having reflects how Jamaican society. So rather than we look on the rule breakers, we are looking on the enforcers of the rule. And we put the enforcers of the rule.
With respect, answer the question the lady asked. I will go through that already. Everybody
with respect, obey the lady's request by not interrupting. All right? Okay. Now I'm saying we should look at the thing in its entirety on the rule breakers, because Dr. Cole had acknowledged that rules were broken, and we can all acknowledge that rules were broken. Right? So we need to look on the rule breakers.
Which is true. To answer the question, is she a biased person?
Rather than putting the enforcers under scrutiny. We can look on the enforcers as well, you know, right? Which we have been doing all night. But let's look on the rules, and let's look on the rules.
The question is the speaker biased person?
But you know, in response to that already, based on the conversation him lining up.
Next thing.
Be intelligent to know where a man going, you know.
Next
you know
thing.
what the response going to be.
No.
You don't have to ask him.
No. The next thing I would like to put forward, I would like to see, because this is the first time I'm getting a chance to speak. So I'd like to speak on the previous question. The next thing I would like to see is, I would love for Patois to be spoken in the parliament. I would love for the removal of the mace. But the thing that comes first is the rules, right? The JLP put forward a constitutional reform, and we can do it with all of these things if the PNP would just support the constitutional reform. And that's all I have to say.
You want to go there? You want to go there?
Mr. Cole. It's my time to talk now. My time to talk. I've been waiting. Can I speak now?
Is it
Host, can I speak now, host?
Biased or she's not biased? You
Can I
still
speak
want
now,
to
host?
no?
Lots of your time. Go ahead.
No, we're up here acting like we are kids in kindergarten school. Most of these big men. We are talking about this woman, the leader of the house, and you guys is putting her in the garbage, but you guys are acting just like the garbage. Because if somebody is speaking and you can't allow the person to say what he has to say, you know better than she. Because it's the same thing that she's doing in the house. It's the same thing she's doing in the house. When the PNP them want to talk, she talk them. Whenever somebody up here talking, you guys jump in and say, "Well, no, officer, we don't need to shut up and wait till full time come." That's what you need to do. And act like big
anyway,
mouth.
we're adults. You don't need to talk to like we're picnic. Just
No.
use the point which you ask. Answer the question which you ask.
Me not answer my question, I make my point. I'm making my point.
Yeah, but answer the question really they ask.
This is what I'm talking about, my brother. Please wait until you turn, then you can answer your point. I'm talking about, I was here listening to the whole conversation.
You're not going to well, we understand. Everyone
you are saying, I heard you. Let me talk to you now. Let me talk to you. Me, you say America don't speak English. I don't know where you get that from.
America speak English?
Yes, they do. The first
Jamaica
language in America is English language.
Does Jamaica speak English?
Please shut up, mate. Because you don't understand what you're talking about.
Shut up, mate. Your ass.
That's what I'm saying, because you don't understand what is English.
America don't speak English.
America speaks the first language in the United States of America is English language.
Let's keep it clean, brothers. Tap the screen.
English language, my brother. English language in America.
No.
The second language, what?
Jamaica first language is English language, our second language is Jamaican.
What language America? What is language in America?
Just like Jamaica, English language is our
What
first
is the
language.
language in the United States of America?
You Richards and Dr. Cole, America speak American English. We speak British English. All right, they speak English. That's their
English
first
speak.
English.
The first language
All right.
in the United States of America is English.
Hold on, one second. Lato, you don't have to behave like that either, you know.
No,
you
but these big man, when you're talking, these big man coming in.
You cannot behave like that too, sir.
Get on with it. Get on with it. Get on with it.
Come on, mate. No,
So,
we're talking about. We're talking
let
about.
me ask you. The question was, Juliet, is she a master of procedure and consensus, or is she impartial and biased towards the JLP? That was the question.
She is impartial. She stand more with the JLP more than the other side. Wherein I can recall one time Mr. Warmington was speaking in the House of Parliament, and I think he automatically switch off his mic, and Mr. Warmington turned to her and said, "How are you do? Switch off my mic?" And she said, "No, sir, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir." She was very apologizable to him, telling him, "No, I didn't turn off your mic." But the other person them can switch off, clup. And member, you need to get out, member. Or member, you need to shut up. Or member, you top talk. Or member, you top talk. But when Mr. Warmington turned to her and said to her, say, "Did you switch off my mic?" She was saying, "No, sir," about 10 times. So that is biasness. You understand? Now, what I'm trying to say is that the lady was saying a while ago that it's because she's a female why we guys thinking like that. No, it's not because she's a female. Because we all do respect. I think we all do on the platform here respect women. So it's not a female problem. And if we have a different female, we probably would, and she acting like that, we'd probably say the same thing. Now, if the Prime Minister, that's her wife, that is his wife, she is the Prime Minister's wife. The Prime Minister should look into himself and say, "You know what? I can't make people being disrespecting my wife like that over and over and over and over."
Absolutely. But
so, you know what? I want to remove her from this position. Make she concentrate on her constituency. That she have her role in a different department. More than have her every day. We are talking about Nikisha Birchell. Yeah, you're talking about Nikki. That I heard, for instance, you say earlier that they probably having some behind the door.
Yes,
behind the door. Hold on,
I believe it's the truth.
But I believe what in that part. You know what I believe when I hear you say that. I believe it's jealousy and grudgeful and bad mind, because true, the girl is a young lady and she looking good. She look good. Whether she want to make her body or she want to do with her body.
Better road a lot.
Brother, me don't know what she do, but she look good. And because she look good, them bad mind her for her looks. So through them bad mind her for her looks, them always a pick on her. And she's a young, vibrant lady.
Yes.
We're speaking for the Jamaican people.
Yes.
And I respect her.
Time up in Lato.
Yes.
Your time up.
But you didn't get extra time, so I need my extra time now, please.
No, man, Lato, your time up.
Yes, Mr. Cole, I hear you. But give me a second more too. Now.
You can't take it just.
No, oh my God, you guys are crazy, man. No, we can talk about the English language. 1 minute, just give me a minute for the English language. Now, in England, where English was created, English created, you know, the language English created in England. Yep. And most of these people you have about 80 million people live in England, and probably 40 million don't speak English. Because imagine you go to England, even our own people will be called more time and talk to them. Water. Not near water. Water different from water.
True.
Make a cup of water.
I was there, so I can tell them.
Water. What is water? What is water?
But Lotto, outside of that, you know what the painful, grievous,
Jordan time, you know. Hey, a Jordan time, you know.
Jordan, go get him time, man. English were made to colonize, you know, and enslave, because that's what English was not. It was all in aid of the Englishman, you know. So him could understand we, and him could impose his teaching, his laws, his this and every, and the black man lose his identity, you know. So when people come here talking about these things, I'm going to lash them. I'm going to lash them, and I'm not going to stop lashing them. Believe me.
Because English is one of the hardest languages to learn.
I'm going to lash them. They must go read them book and go study them history and know why we speak.
Anyway, the next man have a minute, I can go on. Let me cool down now and tell my time again.
Lash them.
Jordan? I think Jordan fell asleep. Jordan?
No, Sam, you know, fell asleep. Never fell asleep. But it's clear.
Jordan are just asleep.
It's clear that the speaker is a biased speaker. You know, she run the house, we clearly can see, right? And we never hear a speaker in the past ever behave like she. Never ever hear, and we constantly see the partiality in her behavior when it comes to the opposition. When the opposition are question the particular ministers, when they were having the standing order committee meeting where the ministers have to come before Parliament and answer questions, she shut down the opposition when they ask pertinent questions relating to the portfolio ministry, right? Not because they were discussing about the budget itself, but it's the ministry of health. If me ask something about a gas go, you can't shut it down. The ministry of health related question. So these are the behavior that we see from her, right? And it is a constant thing, and so the oppositioner will always be at war because she don't treat the opposition fair. And Michael Peart, which was a PNP Speaker of Parliament, he was there. He was the longest Speaker of the Parliament. I never hear MP Peart as Speaker of the House ever behave like how you see Juliet Wallace behave. And that man is more versatile, more educated than Juliet Wallace. So I don't know, and it's not because it's a female why we're behaving like this with her. Is her attitude, how she come off. That is why she's being attacked. And attack reasonable too, because as she caused the problem, she's causing a lot of animosity in the Parliament, and so the opposition and her will always be a tic-tac-toe because of her own behavior, her own conduct, and say that she's utilizing the standing order to this and to that. When one member of the JLP speaking patois in Parliament, nobody never shut them down with the standing order, but the PNP member speaking patois and you're shutting them down. Yet still we don't want to move away from the Queen and the King. Unless you know shut down Jamaican broken English. Come on, man. We need to get it house in order. And the Speaker, Juliet Wallace, she needs to go.
And Jordan, that's less than a week when a member of the Jamaica Labour Party was spoke in the Parliament in the patois language. And he was not shut down.
Yes, that's a Robert Morgan. That's a Robert Morgan. Right?
Yeah, but the Parliament, but people in the Parliament, most of them in the Parliament speak. But we never talk about that because rules are rules. Ladies us by, and I'm not she alone.
The rules.
We're not she alone because the deputy speaker is also biased.
Let's back to the topic. Juliet, Wallace, is she unfairly being targeted because she's the Prime Minister's wife?
No. The PNP give Juliet Owens a fair chance when she, after the criminal Marisa Dalrymple, right, was
found guilty for breaches.
and the PNP side with the Jamaica Labour Party to make Jamaica Juliet Owens the Speaker of the House. The PNP say, all right, the Speaker must be fair without any form of contradiction of bias. No, she's not target because she's the wife of the PNP. The PNP in her first term as Speaker said, look, go on, because the Speaker must be independent of the both political party. That did not work out from 2020 to 2025. 2025, the PNP said, look, we will not side with the government for her to be the Speaker of the House. And Madam Ose, if you have a husband and the husband look upon you and say, me hear say you's an honest young lady, but you and you Richard move close within the first year of the relationship. And when 5 years came and went, you, Richard, feel uncomfortable with you and me because the way you treat you, Richard, over me.
And because she's an older woman for the Prime Minister, she figure more or less say, well, you know, she must listen to an elder. And his elder is his wife. And because the wife is a elder more than him, he has to go under the commander hand. And the wife is the commander.
What gave you that impression that he's afraid?
Because this year, Miss Hollis will be 55, and this year the Prime Minister will be 54. So she is older than the Prime Minister. And as we have that in Jamaica, say you have to respect your elder. So it seems like Mr. Hollis did grow up the way that you have to respect his elder. And because his wife is the elder, he have to respect his elder. That's why he cannot remove her from the House of Parliament. Probably can't move her.
Lato.
Yeah.
We're a Christian country, though.
So them say?
No, Lato. We're a Christian country.
So them say?
No, Lato.
Me don't know if I believe in a Christian. I used to go to church, but I don't believe in Christianity no more.
Well, I know. Lato.
Yeah.
Jamaica have the most church. Jamaica have the most church
in the world.
In the world per capita.
I know that really though. That don't really mean much at all.
Well, I know no.
First square mile.
Well, I know no. The Prime Minister is a Seventh-day Adventist, and his wife
So-called. It's not a practice.
No. The Prime Minister is a
You
Seventh-day
can't live up to it, Cole, so it can't be a Seventh-day Adventist. It's not
Paul,
a
let me just say something quick and ask him something quick.
Well, I know a lot of me out here don't know, you know. I know I don't want to do that, but Lato,
yes, sir.
The Prime Minister is a Seventh-day Adventist. His wife is a Seventh-day Adventist. Within the Seventh-day doctrine, until today, 2026, right? You cannot have a woman preacher. Although the Seventh-day Adventist was founded by what's her name? Rather, type in her name for me there. L somebody there.
G.Y.
Right?
G.Y.
L.Y. Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but that will be an point. Man, we could just go back on the topic, man. Let me see the trivial, brother.
All right. Let's move on, Mr. Cole. All right. So let me ask you now. May I say in that little point there about leadership. What I said it before. I believe that there's so much family. Not much family. There's so much happening in the Parliament. I think Mr. Holness is shielding him wife from something. Him don't want her to sit in the back.
He's not shielding my brother. She is controlling him. He's not shielding.
He's shielding him wife from sitting in the back bench. And I said that for reason. Because you don't want a problem in the back bench. You have to read between the line. The back bench. And guess what happened now? You said the back bench sits lower than the speaker. When the speaker now come down in the back bench, it makes those in the back bench going to be on same par. They're going to be equal now. They're going to just simply be member of parliament. You know what I'm saying? So she can't, certain people can't say certain things to her a certain way. And she can't say certain things to certain people a certain way. Because they're equals. You know what I'm saying? But when she sits in the house and sits in the speaker's chair, they're not equals. Yes? Just saying that.
So another thing too, we must understand too, you know, one quick thing there, Trinity. Another thing that we must understand too is that when you go up for leadership, you have to go get scrutiny how come when PGA did it and them a tell PGA say my this and him a that and Portia this and that and that and that and that. Nobody now ball and kill up themselves about the being criticized. Like, hey, me I tell you, say,
I strongly believe that the opposition, the Prime Minister probably said to Miss Holness, boy, she need to step down and she probably look on him and tell him, say, if him bad, move her.
No man, that's impossible. He put her there.
We're going at the rings of speculation. We could just leave it now, man.
We could move on. What me think though, what I think though, a man to lead. I say this gender thing where people are coming down and me the old time and me I come from
hope.
Yes.
Believe you me.
Yes.
When I met my wife and I realized that she are more capable to angle my money, she's the one who spend my money. That's reality.
That's a different
Not
thing.
only, you not hear me? Not only that, at Faith Miracle Church of God, my pastor was Enid Alloway, a woman. Right? So I am not here on a gender to say that a woman is not capable behind every successful man.
Come on.
Time on your wife.
I'm talking about
right?
who's the head.
No, you're not hearing me.
Hope you're muffled.
The Holy
Can't hear
Book,
you.
the Holy Book instruct me and tell me that men is the head of the home.
So how you
Head
saying
of the
how
home.
we're saying that we're not having the gender argument? Can I raise a
No,
point of
no.
No, hold on.
intergender?
Well, let me finish. Let me finish. That's
Well,
why.
that's
No,
hope.
men is
That's hope, not me. That's hope.
No, I know me. I'm guided. I'm guided. I'm guided. I'm guided by the greatest book that ever written, which is the Holy Bible. You can go in.
Did Miriam sound the timbrel? Did Miriam sound the timbrel? If I want to go there with me now with the Bible.
Hold on, no,
Did
hold on.
Miriam?
No,
Did
don't go there with me with the
Miriam?
Bible. No, go there with me in the Bible because a different thing, this a different conversation. I walk up. You notice, you see my image? Is a black mother and Christ. You see my image? Pay attention. Pay attention. The black
But
mother
look
and
here,
Christ.
no.
And one man up
Here,
there.
no.
Okay. Good.
Whether you want to say that a man is the head of the house, right? Behind every successful man,
Listen,
there's a woman.
We're not dispute that. We're not disputing that. I'm saying the man is the head of the
it's
home.
English
That
language is a mess around in a should.
that
The man should be the head of the house. Should.
men is the head of the house.
Don't
Ephesians 5.
necessarily mean
tell
them.
you that. Go and read Ephesians 5. Go.
Guys, the question that I'm going to ask you to answer, right? Is Juliet Onus being treated unfairly because she's the Prime Minister as well?
No.
I'm going to stick to the way Mr. Cole, open the back. Everybody have an opportunity. I'm going to stick to the topic.
Mr. Mike, I can continue.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to the topic.
We have some time left there. Go ahead, Hope. Mr. Charles, welcome. Hope, we can't hear you. You're very low.
Men is the head of the home. The Holy Bible have spoken to it. Ephesians. Go and read it.
Look, man, could just stick to the topic when leader ask, but we're not going on the Bible something.
And I'm sorry.
Men should be the head of the household, but they are not playing their role at this time. Man, I play their role for the head of the household.
Different
Yeah, they
argument.
make a left and go to the topic where independent because I should, yeah, his and should are two different things, brother.
I'm going to give you some time, Hope. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to start with Molly. Molly, go ahead. Is Mrs. Olson treated unfairly because she...
This is what I find, that society itself, right? So she might be biased and she appears to be, but let me tell you, I don't care what anybody has to say, and I want Mr. Cole to debunk my next line of argument after I raise this point, that while she may be biased, right, she is going to be forever judged more harshly than if a man was sitting in the chair.
Violet needs some of the best speakers and she was a woman.
Hold on, the man, hold on there. Because she's the Prime Minister's wife. Me said that before, you know. She's not a husband. The person is not a husband. She's the wife of the Prime Minister. Mr. Cole, of all the Prime Ministers Jamaica has had, which Prime Minister has been judged more harshly of them all? Wrong answer. Mr. Cole.
PJ Patterson.
Wrong answer. Mr. Cole. Mr. Cole, not here.
No, but you want to tell which other one? Me have 57 years. Me have 57 years old.
Did Andrew Onis has ever called her homosexual?
Hold on. Okay. Let me go. Maybe I need to rephrase my question.
Did Andrew Onis has ever called her homosexual by the opposition?
Let me rephrase the question. Of all the prime ministers from the PNP side, which prime minister has been judged most harshly of them all?
In a way.
Thank you very much, Jordan. Thank you very much, Jordan.
No, Jordan.
Hold on there. Cole. Let's take it into context. Cole, listen, Cole. Why?
Jordan.
It's cool. Listen before you go down the hole, man. Cool. Listen before you go down the line.
Society
Cool.
is very
Society
unforgiving
have
of the
a higher
mistakes
standard than
and the
than males.
missteps that women make. I am not, whether it is business, religion, or politics, it is just a fact.
Jordan.
Cool.
Mr. Cole, you need to listen. Mr. Cole, if you listen, Mr. Cole, you just want Mr. Cole, if you listen where man I go.
Even though PJ Patterson was the prime minister and he was called such and such, right? But he had the respect and integrity around him. A lot of people did not disrespect Portia Simpson-Miller, even though she was leader of the party and prime minister of the country.
Jordan,
she never had
some
that
adjectives. Could you remind us of some of the adjectives that they used to describe?
Number one, the JP call
Miss Wopel.
Society is very, hold on. Society is very unforgiving of women in leadership, in politics, and in religion. When we make mistakes, like we have to carry the baggage of those missteps forever and ever. Let me tell you something. If a man a cheat on his wife, society will give him the cheat. And if the woman they ask up because the man cheat, they say she miserable because a man a give her a problem. Okay.
But Miss Wopel, the question I asked was wrong. You didn't ask it in the right way. You should have asked the question and say, which prime minister, based on ability, was most harshly judged?
No, not about ability. No.
But I mean, then criticize Portia, yes. But
no, I don't have the ability neither to determine whose ability, because some might have stronger abilities in some areas.
All right. When it comes to governance, PJ was most. Wait a minute, Miss Wopel. When it comes to governance, PJ was the most harshly one. When it comes to critique as a person, yes, then criticize Portia about everything, but not how she run the country. They never say she run the country good. They not say she thief. They not say she that. They not say she that. But then criticize her for answer. Yes. They criticize her for that. Yeah, they criticize her for that.
Richard.
Richards, put the S for my name. I mean, I like when I put out S for my name, brother.
Richards, right?
Yes.
Or Anthony, right? What happened that in an internal election?
No, man, we not go there, so we know all that, man. We not go there.
Well, no, brother. An internal election, right? That's what the public judge.
No. People criticize women and a whole differently.
You not hear me?
But you listen, you have to one different
election.
But we know that
Jamaican continue to hold Portia.
No,
right?
No. Then say she not talk.
No.
Then say she done, and then say she this.
Did all the
Stop foolish. A woman we are talking about the child, this brother.
Do you not hear me? That's where
Andisha was not the prime minister, brother. Andisha was not the prime minister.
When
she's the prime minister, brother.
When Portia ran against
she
Peter
never said that, Mr. Cole. She said prime minister. Andisha was not a prime minister. She was criticized as a woman. Yes.
No.
But Jesus Christ. But this Mr. Cole. I'm a commuter. Go on,
internal, which in the PNP, but as a prime minister, there's not one iota of any corruption.
That is different, Mr. Cole. Stop talking. Mr. Stop issue, Mr. Cole. Actually, not listening. If you listen, Mr. Cole, every time you don't know, you want to interject and you want to oppose. You say if you listen, you don't say what I said just now. And that she said. She never said nothing about that. She said, which prime minister? And it is truth. People say she not qualified for prime minister. She not this and she not that. And when you look on where you are come with now, nobody can say she corrupt. Nobody can say she this and she that. The point I'm making that. But to me, what Miss Wopel said is true. However, Miss Wopel, the prime minister's wife and the first female speaker, the one before her was there. And nobody never
the prime minister's wife.
No, no.
And
I know true share promise a wife why people criticize her.
God of Daniel.
I know that many criticize. They criticize her because of her actions as a woman. And she want talk down to people in Parliament. The lady before never do it.
Christ.
Violet Mills
We
never
never
do
have a
it.
problem with Dalrymple.
Never
I've never have a
Dalrymple.
problem with
And never
Dalrymple.
problem
But Dalrymple, the
with
Prime Minister's wife.
No, yeah, no, man, don't stick on the premise of wife.
No,
She's
man.
no.
You're saying a woman.
No must see no biases, you know.
No, stop going all
Because
over
there's
the place.
free,
So
no, but there's free judgment going in.
She's a woman. You're raising the argument because she's a woman.
No, but yes, and she's the wife of the Prime Minister, which is a female association.
She's an elected member of Parliament, which is not right.
We never had
and
a
was
problem
elected
with
to Speaker of the
Dalrymple.
House. No, put it in terms of wife, not at all.
Miss Opel.
Yes, Jordan.
If the Prime Minister's wife never entered politics, probably she would have been more respected, right?
Exactly.
That a one. Because she come into politics, she open up herself to the public
scrutiny,
criticism, right? So
why is
the
that,
fact that
Jordan?
she's the Prime Minister's wife, that is one thing.
Thank you.
Two, she's the Speaker of the House.
Thank you very much.
That is another thing that
Thank
you
you.
sing against her.
You must realize.
Her criticism this time is that true share the premise of wife, but true share bias.
But Miss Hopewell, there's merit in the argument against
and I am not
her,
to
based
say
on her
that, but people
behavior
go with
and her character.
predispositions based on the association
Miss Hopewell, you are being biased. Miss Hopewell, you are not being fair, Miss Hopewell. Miss Hopewell, you're not being fair.
I have been very fair.
No, you're not. When she start out as this
the
person,
gender is you cannot be a male and be a wife. You have to be a female and be a
when
wife.
she start out, I don't believe that none of all embraced her. When she started out at the first instant, I don't think there was any issues because she was endorsed and things was running.
Exactly, and she was the Prime Minister's wife at the time.
And she was the Prime Minister at the time.
So I don't understand the point. Is her behavior and her action why people criticize her now?
Make I say something.
Have we ever seen Mrs. Holness, right? Have we ever seen her use her discretion in Parliament? I know there are standing orders, but have we ever seen her as the person who is there to regulate and to ensure procedures?
No, she was always biased to the government. Always biased to the government side. And that is what we're talking about, Miss Hopewell. We're not talking about listen to me, when she was first nominated to be the speaker, she was the Prime Minister's wife. So you're arguing to yourself, no make no sense, Mrs. Hopewell. Miss Hopewell. It don't make no sense at all.
It don't make no sense to you.
No, because we know she's the Prime Minister's wife. Wait now. Before she was first by the government and seconded by Philip Powell. That's them have a dangle over the PNP head. Say they may know. The PNP look at her and say, we are going to elect her as a person, as a member of Parliament, who we believe would be unbiased. That is what they elected. However, during the time of her reign, it come out that she's biased. So now that people have a problem with her, is not because it's Andrew Holness's wife. It's because she's biased.
You really believe that?
Of course,
good night.
You don't believe it is because she is the Prime Minister's wife and she's like,
yes.
Come on. If you don't really go say that, you're hypocrite.
Miss Hopewell.
Because if she was only biased and not the Prime Minister's wife, the judgment would not be so hard. Come on, man.
Can I say something?
I would like to say something, sir.
One second, Mr. Hope and Lato. You, Richards, the fact of the matter is that she is the Prime Minister's wife. The scourge of corruption will attack her as well. And so she will be judged harsh because of the Prime Minister as well. So you can't deny that.
No, I'm not denying it. But no, what Ms. Hopewell said, we never know
it's not just because she's the Prime Minister's wife, she's being judged on solely that.
Well,
no,
can I say
but
something?
Solely because of that reason.
That never come in argument at her because before she become the speaker, she was the
Oh
Prime Minister's
dear
wife.
Hold on,
God.
can I say something? Can I say
Yeah,
something? Miss
Mr. Manager.
Miss Opel,
Yes.
before Juliet Olness become the Speaker of the House, you know that she was the Deputy Speaker of the House?
Yes, I understand that, but as the
Okay.
political climate
Just hold on,
rises
just hold on,
hotter,
just hold on,
the
just hold on.
harshness with which he's
Just
judged
hold
is
on,
going
just
to
hold on,
rise.
just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. When she was a deputy speaker and she was carrying out the job as the running down the parliament when Dalrymple stepped away, right? She was not showing this side of her, right? Nobody have a problem with her because she's a prime minister wife. Nobody have a problem with her because she's a female speaker of the house. The problem that people have with her and the problem that people need to face is that she is not doing the job of the speaker of the house.
Exactly.
That's the problem. It no matter where she is a prime minister wife, when she was deputy speaker for how much years, nobody did care if she's a prime minister wife.
Nobody
I want to deputize that
right?
time.
When
Yes.
she was deputy speaker, she was carrying out the function the right and proper way. Nobody had a problem with her and something. When she was pushed to become speaker of the house, everybody they endorse her because they say that all right, then she was deputy speaker and she right. So it's when she becomes speaker and she come this authoritarian leader. That is when people have a problem with her, and people need to face that, and people need to acknowledge that and speak out on that. Nobody has a problem with her because
You are
she's a
telling me as people's feelings towards the Prime Minister might shift
Nobody
and
had a
change. And the
feeling against her
political
because she was the prime minister wife.
me here on TikTok. All right, you know what? Let me read.
Nobody never
Because
care about that. Is an action. Action speak louder than
Madam,
words.
go back in the box. Go back in the big box. I never say you look good. Aren't you me look good, man? Go back in the big box, man.
Thank you, Dr. Cole. I have a question. And I'm going to start with you, Molly, since you're here. Should Parliament review its position and embrace patois? Because it's widely used by a lot of Jamaicans.
And let a parliamentarian use it too.
I feel that everything has a place and time, but if you're making presentations in the Parliament that are of significance, right? I think it should be in English where it is more widely accepted. Remember that people who sit in the Parliament or may visit the Parliament may not even be from Jamaica. And in order for communication to take place, the message must be sent and the sender must receive the message, meaning that they must understand what is being stated. If you want to have a breakaway session or give a specific time and place for patois to be spoken in the Parliament, it is okay to do so. But I would not want the Minister of Finance per se to present her presentation in patois to me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So hold on.
Can I say something from that now? Can I say something from that? Can I say something from that?
Before.
When I heard. Hold on, Mr. Cole.
Mr. Cole, hold on.
Oh my God.
Now let me finish my argument with this. I am a student of history. I embrace history and I understand. I studied the history of Africa, modern Europe and all. It has nothing to do with that, but there's a time and place, and in order for communication to take place, the message must be clear.
Miss Hopewell. So there was a time and place when that man came from when they have the couple visitors from Cuba come into the House of Parliament. I wonder if that time was a time and place when 3/4 of Jamaica don't know Spanish, and they were speaking.
And then it wouldn't make any sense.
No, hold on. It was very acceptable to all labor rights at the time when it was speaking in the House of Parliament.
But
it was acceptable.
So you know that.
Yes, because the House
everybody but one
speaker,
everybody but one man. Everybody but one man.
The House Speaker never said nothing about it. The House Speaker never say order, or whatsoever I want to say in the House when it was speaking.
But hold on. But Pat was speaking.
When Mr. Warmington came out and said and lick out pan it, that is when they hear it. But when they were speaking it, nobody never had no problem with it. When they're speaking in the House of Parliament.
But speaking it to somebody like me who knows probably only 5 lines
We're supposed to speak everything in a Jamaica where Jamaican people can understand.
No purpose. No purpose.
Miss Oprel,
right?
Miss Oprel, warm to me when you know him Abraham Warmington. When you know Spanish. Warm to me Abraham Warmington.
Neither do I. I'm not fluent in Spanish either.
So
and
why should we speaking in House of Parliament without nobody have no problem with it? And
no,
the House of, those speakers have no problem with it.
Lotto, I cannot speak to that. My argument is for communication to take place. If I am stating something, the person that I'm stating it to should be able to read it in their brain and understand what me
So Miss Open, your question
there's no communication.
Yeah, the question me ask. Wait, let me ask Miss Open one question. Miss Open.
Order no man. This is going on order now.
Me know man, but just want to answer one question. Me just want to answer one question. Miss Open.
You have to wait and allow people to say what they're saying. We cannot all talk at once.
Yeah, man.
I am trying here to listen to what she's saying and people keep coming in. Allow her to finish. You all are gonna get your time to say something. Allow her to finish.
As I was saying before, hold on, Mr. Cole. Host, full disclosure, I am a graduate of the Caribbean Institute of Media and Communication. Therefore, one of the fundamental things they teach you as a future journalist or a practitioner in the area of journalism, whatever area, they talk about communication, sender and receiver. There's a time and place for everything. And in order for people to understand clearly, we might not speak the Queen's English, but we do speak English. In order for the message to be widely received by most of the populace, it should be English that is spoken in the Parliament. Now, if you have access to online and the Parliament wants to be able to say, you can also access the presentation in patois or in English, and you can find it here for your perusing, please do so. But half of Jamaicans can't even read patois anyways, right? They can write it and they cannot read it. So English is the way to go.
Miss Oprel, what on the Jordan? Did 1 week, did 1 week. A member of the Jamaica Labour Party went to the Parliament and speak patois. And there was no opposition from the Speaker of the House 1 week before Nikisha Burchell. 1 week.
I heard that about 3 times now, Mr. Cole. I heard it 3 times.
My time, please. My time.
I heard you say the same thing 3 times now, Mr. Cole.
My time. I got beg on, please. I have to. I'm going to respond to the. When you can just address my thing after me done.
All right, go on through.
All right. So, I'm gonna ask Miss Molly this. Well, first thing, 2 things divide people: language and culture. And I'm gonna say this to Miss. I'm gonna ask Miss Molly this. This is patois, and I want you to translate it for me. Where you go? What am I saying?
Where are you going?
Beautiful. Love you. So I'm now saying to you, can we then now get patois to become a second language, and we get translator just in the same way we get translator for Spanish, French, Amharic,
well, that's
German.
a different line of argument, though.
No,
I don't have a problem with that.
Wait. And so
the fact that you have to translate it means that the majority might not understand it.
That's fine. All I'm saying is we must stop. What I get from many Jamaicans, they're hybrid hypocrites and colonially embedded.
Of course they are.
Hypocrites and colonially embedded. That's all. That's what I'm telling you. And I'm saying
true, my brother.
The same way you could translate the patois just now, we could. And what Nikisha Burchell is saying,
let's start a conversation about Patois. Let's get Patois.
Personally, I did not like her approach, right? If she wants to start a conversation, start the conversation that way. You understand me?
Because they are sexist. Because they are sexist.
The minute you could
Cole, you can't be sexist, Cole. Or
if you want to call
be
it that,
sexist against a woman.
if
Cole,
you want to call it that, Mr. Cole.
She can't be sexist, Cole. She's
all
a
I'm
woman.
saying is, let me
That's
finish.
All
I'm
saying
saying is,
Cole.
in the same way that I could speak something in Patois, and you could properly translate it, let us know. Get the conversation in. Let us now start to look at Patois as a language. What beautiful it would be to employ you in Parliament, Miss Mali, to translate Patois.
To who? Translate Patois to who?
Translate
not to Jamaican, to the overseas. We are not in the Parliament. You are representing the people, so your language must be in line with the people.
Who don't understand it.
But who don't understand the people overseas. So listen. Beg 1 second. Beg 1 second, Mr. Son.
We must not close our minds, please.
Exactly, because 80% of Jamaica speak and understand Patois. So we cannot be saying that a person will go in there and say, Mr. Speaker, come here today to talk this.
You know what happened, my brother? Anthony, you know what happened, my brother? The time when Jamaica get independent in 1962 and the Parliament start in 1964 or whenever it started.
Lato, you know, say me always do it. But guess what, man? You see, I may understand now. You see, that somebody tries to say something we are cut to the weather, we not reach nowhere. And me I'm master upon that. Me always do it. So I could just eat make one somebody talk. When me I try to say something while ago, cut me nobody understand what me say a while ago. Because I was trying to say that in the Parliament, the people were elected by the people. So they must speak the language of the people. If you are going to make a representation and you and me are going to speak, the people in my constituency are going to listen. So they must watch TV.
I was here on the live last night until about probably 2:30. It was a very good conversation. But right now, people kill me because I am not able to hear anybody. People keep cutting in. And I find the conversation boring because
that is true.
By the time
Willow, go in a big box. We look for your good face again. You look very sexy.
I get to hear what people are saying, and I just lose interest.
Exactly. So make we start back there again. Make we start back. Make a mute.
So we go in order so we can hear what people are saying. Allow them to finish their point. So we can all have a good discussion. So I'm gonna put 3 minutes again on hope time, and then we move up the line.
All right. So I believe there is time for us to now have a conversation, starting with Miss Mali, who specializes in communication. Yes. If we can translate Patois, then we can teach Patois. We can even bring it in our syllabus in our class. What we have to do is open our minds, leave the colonial, drop the colonial thinking and the hypocrisy and the shame, and stop being shameful of, oh, look how him talk. I mean, sometimes I remember I went to New Jersey with my son, and he opened his mouth and a lady turned back and said, my God, he speaks so well. You know, and I never forget it. I was in New Jersey at the time. No, those things will make you feel proud. But you know what is also true? That if you can speak the same English fluently and can even speak it in Patois, I'm not ashamed of my language. I will need to start to have the conversation.
You know, my thing is with that is that because
Mali, make him finish, Mali, and then you're coming next.
Oh, sorry.
I just know the lady said anybody has speak, make them speak, and when them finish speak, you guys can speak.
She said sorry.
Go to university.
She said sorry. She said sorry. Make we move on. Make continue now.
Yes. So yes, I said, as the O said, do we need? I said, introduce Patois as a syllabus in our schools. I want it. I am ready for it.
And we must also have translator. Is a job for Miss Molly. Is extra work, is extra money and job for Miss Molly. Send her in a delegation to be the translator of Patois. It's a beautiful thing. We open our minds. We need to open our minds. And that's it, I land there.
Thank you.
My turn now?
No, man, I mean, I box, man. Anybody in the box have film term. Here the problem, what is it now? You see, the people that have a problem with the Patois are the people that were in a Jamaica claims they're educated. Because guess why? Me travel, and everyone who travel knows that when we talk, people find our language fascinating, interesting, and love it. Yeah, some people just trouble with us here we talk. Me and my little Belgian income, my little Filipino income. 14 BC, RC. Just hear we talk. Then take our talking for those others that love our language. Others they've somewhere with claims are educated. Yeah? When people talk, we frown upon it. Lord God didn't talk. I remember why. And when it sound bad. It's like when I talk fluent Patois, you when it sound bad now. When you try to talk Patois English. When you're about main, and you mix up Patois English and one. I say sound bad enough. But if you talk fluent Patois like me, I talk, no one way up on the platform I talk. That not sound awful. Miss Molly, hope you might and tell me say when me I say it sound awful to you and I Patois me I talk.
Mr. Hugh Richards, I totally disagree with you.
No, me ask you for me. Oh, Miss Molly.
Awful is relative because we all understand what you're saying.
Molly, listen to question me ask.
I said awful is relative.
No, Miss Molly, listen to question me ask. Oh me I relate no. And me I talk no. It sound disgusting. That's anybody in a roll us here say that man sound awful.
Yes, I have been in a corporate environment.
Because you want to educate me because guess what? You in the corporate world and you deal with corporate world people. Right.
No, but I'm telling you, it's only accepted outside of formal settings. No.
But I'm saying to you, I am speaking at this time to most Jamaican listen. So what me I go say now? Listen me I say, Molly.
That's what I'm saying.
Molly, people like you and others were educated, where you go to school and and speak proper English, and because communication, you say you do, you know. As a communicator, you must communicate in a language that people can understand, you know. You cannot say you want. All right, for instance, now, me doesn't say this in time I run. When Nikki Shaberta talk, she say, me people them down a girl, them say me MP go talk tomorrow morning, so them go watching TV. So she has speak a language of them because she represent them in the parliament. So if you want an interpreter to interpret, you see the person who has the sign language, you get them now an interpreter to interpret to the international audience. But she was speaking to the Jamaican audience. So when I say Patois in the parliament, most 90% of the people in the parliament talk Patois. We understand them. Just listen them now. I know
until Jamaica increases
Miss Molly, let me finish. Molly, let me finish. Because when a person reading Patois is different from speaking Patois. If you get a Jamaican read Patois, you might have a problem with it. But if you have a Jamaican listen to Patois, listen to it, then I'm going to understand it. But read it, even you educated will have a degree. Can't read Patois good. So I'm saying to you, however, even me with talk Patois can't read Patois. But me can talk it good and me understand it. Me understand English. Every single Jamaican will talk Patois understand English. Because English, Patois is broken English. So me not see problem on have because you're in the boardroom and when a person come in and talk and say, when Miss Lou get popular for Patois, when Bob Marley talk Patois. And the world cruel to Bob Marley attack and Peter Touch. So we don't know what to educate now. And one of the boardroom and well spoken and that. So you know as an educator.
You're missing the point. You're totally missing the point.
You are missing the point. The point where you are miss.
Oh no, I'm not.
You are covered by now your way.
Let the man talk and then you talk.
Miss Open, you want people to speak proper. That means that you know it, understand, and you feel proud and say, I'm proud of that Jamaican speak. But when Bob Marley do interview, when Miss Luna do her interview, the world quail to Miss Lou, love Miss Lou, love Bob Marley. A part of Bob Marley talk English not all. A part of Bob Martin and Bob Marley interview them, play and play over and play over and play over and play over and play. Are people like you people who
By
get
any
educated.
chance,
Wait,
you
Mr. Cole, let me finish, Mr. Cole, man. People like you, Miss Opel, and others who are so educated and believe that
And
everybody must
gladly
speak
so.
like you.
I don't believe nothing. I believe nothing. Do not say that.
No, I mean, I
don't
said, no,
believe
that's what
Opel, let the man finish talk like how you was talking.
No, about full time I tell people like me.
No, but let him talk and then you listen. Let him talk.
Let me retract that.
Mr. Call time. Mr. Call time.
No, me just sit and close. Let me just sit and close. No, me never get to finish. Let me just sit in closing. No,
Mr. Call is in the box. Mr. Call in the box.
Finish. But
Mr. Call is in the box.
But I never get to finish.
No, but you sit there, take your time for something.
No.
Mr. Call is in. I same thing you say now. At the same thing you say whosoever in the box.
Our head is hurting her. Our head is hurting her because this big man cannot understand.
All correct. Beg a 5 second heal up. So I'm saying to you, Jamaican, in the parliament, you're representing the people. If ever you want to the international audience, the parliament, we must now lobby for the parliament to get interpreter like the sign language person to interpret to the international audience. And I heal.
To my brother. And I make sure heal to that. Right? And I believe that Miss Opel want to say that Andrew Onis, when the young lady asks her if they might keep the money, and Andrew Onis said no, pimpering, meaning thief, but in English, right? What I know, Miss Opel, that I've been in the political arena and I campaign in a patwa and based upon Baba Tunde, not me, that Baba Tunde said that we campaign, the politician campaign in a patwa and keep the Jamaican people in a English. The Prime Minister, right? When the young lady asks the Prime Minister if I keep the money, him said, no, them pimper the money. That's English. What happened 1 week before Nikisha Burchell presentation that a member of the Jamaica Labour Party, because I don't know their name well, because I don't study their name, right, went to the parliament and spoke patois. I'm using standard English now, Miss Molly, right? And what happened that before Juliet Onis, we have 2 female speaker of the house. And what happened is that those 2 speakers has never been ridiculed nor prosecuted. And I wish if my could come out of the box and the host put that lovely piece that I say, Miss Willard, your piece looks so good. Believe me. I'm not but I like to compliment what I need to compliment. Right? But make we move on. It's that because Juliet Onis is the wife of the Prime Minister. Before she became an MP, she was the wife of the Prime Minister. That's number 1. There was nothing wrong that she ran on the Jamaica Labour Party ticket, and she won her seat and became a member of parliament. Because you need standard English, right? What happened that Marisa Dalrymple, the confessed criminal who defraud the Jamaican people, was the Speaker of the House. Juliet Onis was the Deputy Speaker. The PNP support her when Dalrymple eyed the vehicle and the banana tree underneath the river. No, because I make you know, the PNP did not criticize Dalrymple, right? And say we now support a speaker who is a criminal. It is the Integrity Commission report that she have to resign. That's reality. And guess what? When Juliet Hollis became the Speaker of the House, the PNP support her. And Jordan said, me not use the word sexist with
Is it my time? I'm in the box. Is it my time?
Yeah, man, your time. Go ahead.
Okay. From my recall, in 2020, when they have the coronavirus, I remember the Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, turned to the Jamaican people and said, "Tana uno yard." Is it that patois or English?
Can you remember when he said that?
When he was speaking to the Jamaican people
in the Parliament,
he said, "Tana uno yard."
The Parliament.
Is that was it was? I want to know if it was English or it is patois. That's what that sound like, English or patois?
Both.
I'm asking you guys.
Both.
Tana uno yard.
And he said that at the Jamaica Conference Center.
So Tana uno yard is a patois to me, because I could say stay at your house or stay at your house.
Lato.
Stay home.
Lato. He said that.
Cole, make him speak now, Mr. Cole.
No, me remind him.
Yeah, man. No, make him speak, Mr. Cole. I feel him time. That's easy now.
Finish, man.
So that is a part of our history, patois language. That's the reason why our culture, also our history, also because our history time to come from way back then.
Absolutely.
So for Miss Burchell to start to bring that up to the forefront today, I don't see anything wrong with it. Because probably if we have more, I never say we people wasn't intelligent in the 60s, you know. But every day we are getting more intelligent and more intelligent every day. Because in the 50s, they say they go to the moon. And since the other day, they go near against the moon already. Again, they don't go in the moon again, you know. They don't walk on the moon this time. They go near against it. But in the 60s, they say they walk on it. That until we lie. That they walk on top of the moon. Now, we have more intelligent people in this world today, more than yesterday. And if the young lady is coming up and putting something forward in the House of Parliament, and it's our culture, we're supposed to accept it. We should need, from those days in the 60s when the Parliament started to come together, we should put them things together from long time and make it known as a part of our culture in the House of Parliament, wherein we can use that word. Patois is a part of our culture. So, like when I hear yesterday or day before last week said, when we get up this morning and the speaker of the house say, member. Come on. I understand, say we are Bucky Master kids. Because we have to go by Bucky Master.
Colonial children.
Yeah.
Colonial children.
Yeah, we're colonial peoples. So we have to
1 week before what? 1 week before what?
No, you thought that 10 times, Mr. I heard you 10 times.
Yeah.
It's footer time now. I think I come out the back, so I'm going footer time now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. That's good.
So let's look on this old Patois thing. We have a Patois Bible, Patois translated Bible. We have a Patois recorded Bible, where the stories of the Bible are recorded in Patois. Right? We have a city in a Germany. We have a city in a Germany. We have a hold on, brother. Just hold on. Just don't cut me. Don't cut me. Don't cut me.
China
Don't
is
cut me.
studying.
Don't cut me, brother. Don't cut me.
China is studying.
Don't cut me. Right? We have a city in a Germany, right, that adapt the Jamaican name, right? Right, Bumbleclad, they adapt it. There is a big festival in a Jamaica, in a something named Bumbleclad Festival. There's a beer company in a Germany named Bumbleclad beer, right? Jamaica is a very influential place throughout the world, right? Throughout the world, something. So when we have our opposition spokesperson and culture, we have our opposition spokesperson and culture starting her presentation with a few lines of Patois, right? I think if you was an intelligent speaker, you would have give the leniency and to hear something and to see where she's going. She wasn't making a whole presentation in a Patois. She was making a few introduction to her presentation in Africa. She is the opposition spokesperson and culture. And she was embracing the Jamaican culture. But because we are so blinded, right? And because we are so one-sided in the parliament, that's the reason why it was shut down. And this is the reason why people have a problem with Juliet Owens with. And when people come out and I got to come and talk about she a woman and we not like woman and this and that. The two women them that was there before her, nobody had a problem with them. And people need to face the fact and call a spade a spade. This is what's wrong with Jamaican people.
Yes.
Right? When Nikisha come out and talk and then everybody a jump and I go talk about something, the same people them where I go talk about we not like woman and this and that. These are the same people that gone under Nikisha clothes. These are the same woman that go talk about how she this and that and something and no man no want her and this and that and how she revolt and want this and that and ask that. These are the same set of people where I go tell you say we not like them not like woman and them have a problem with woman.
All right, thank you, Futa. Patois, it was developed in Jamaica during slavery and colonialism, and somebody said it earlier on the live that we should do away with slave language. If it's not accepted, if it's being shunned by Parliament, why are we still taggering with it? Why we don't just move on and leave it? As sort of like said earlier, why we still traveling with the slave language on our back? Why we don't
should we forget about slavery? Should we forget about slavery?
80% Jamaican speaking Patois.
No, I'm answering to the host now. Should we forget about slavery then? Host, you ask a question and I'm asking you back a question. Should we forget about slavery? Or the person that said that?
Why we don't just stick to the English language?
No. What I want to know from the person that said that in the comments, or you said that, should we forget about slavery? Because the language was along with slavery. So we should forget about our language and forget about slavery then. That is what you're saying to us? Can I get an answer, please?
You know, when the gentleman said it earlier, you know, how we were forced, this language was forced upon us.
English
right?
was forced upon us. Weeping.
I think English
we
was
are
more forced upon
Africans.
us.
Africans don't speak English.
It was forced on us
Yeah, but
And
English was forced upon us.
even in our parliament, it's not accepted. I think standing order, what, number 6?
16. But
Right.
weeping. English was beaten. We were beaten to speak English.
Yeah, but weeping.
Abused to speak English. English was
Even
forced
though the
upon us.
standing order say something, you know. Even though the standing order say something.
And Patois is a broken English. Jamaica language broken English.
Right. Even the standing
language.
order say something is that as the Speaker of the House, being that you're going to tie
discussion,
being that you're going to tie the culture, and this is a cultural, this was a culture sectoral debate. You could allow it because they are right, and you could have to push the culture market more. One of the biggest thing in Jamaica, where I sell Jamaica, is our language, or is how we speak. Right? It's sell Jamaica.
Nikisha said it herself that her intent was to be disruptive. If she wanted to accentuate that point as it relates to culture, she would have gone through the just as Terry Long did and requested permission.
Terry Long did not do that.
Terry Long did not request that.
Terry Long did not do that. Weeping. What Nikisha said was that she is here. She wanted to disrupt the status quo. She never said she would disrupt the parliament. What she simply means is that she wants a conversation. Because look, a two language, because she's a culture spokesperson. Hey, Weeping, you said something a while ago where you have to just believe. You say Pata was forced upon us. Yes, also the English language, because English is a broken, Pata is a broken English. So the point I'm making to you, we were not bred to speak English. We are Africans. Africans don't speak English. Wait, let me finish, man. Let me finish that.
Yes,
beat when abuse we. To change the one name. You know, one show name, one slavish show name, what name again? My name beat him and change him from Falconet to
Roots.
Roots. I beat if you speak English. English is not the original language of even the Caribbean. The Arab, the Caribbean don't speak English. The Arab don't speak English. So English is not Jamaican language. Jamaica original language, and the Taino don't speak English. So English is a foreign language to Jamaica. So the point I'm making, as I say it, the only people proper with English are the one that was then learn and then speak and then work at boardroom. And when then we talk, like I'm coming for an interview, and I say, my name is Hugh Richards. I live at that and this and that. Them frown.
Yeah, but but even right now, the language is used as a stereotype, in a Jamaica,
Yeah, and no, by the so-called learned people.
By the so-called, no, it's not the so-called learning, because it started with the people, the upper echelon of St. Andrew, right? And then what happened now, because you have some people just love to follow, and they love to try to hide for them true identity and who they really is. So because them say that them educated now, so they have to kick away what they grew up into, because enough of them will grow a country, we grow at St. Elizabeth, and I'll come now and I talk about Patois. They never did that chat no damn English when they grew at St. Elizabeth.
Patois English, everybody will know English, understand Patois. Because look at
them never did that chat. Enough of them will come from the deep, the rural, and them go to university and them get educated and so forth.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Them never used before them go to university, before they reach a university gate and go through the gate and start learning something. When them did them deep rural something, them did that chat Patois.
Yeah, but the point I'm making
I would say that Futa. Futa would never say that. You know why? I have the experience of going to Jamaica and see some youth from in the ghetto speak proper English. I thought they were foreigner kids. I thought these kids was born in foreign.
Which ghetto?
Ghetto.
Mr. Deep rural, the deep rural west part of St. Elizabeth and deep rural country part. Country
Me
pick
want
them
some,
attack.
me want some attack, pattern on attack.
No, because you were talking about
When
upper
you talk patwa, so my my son talk patwa, you sit Mr. Mo. Because I'm abuse patwa. I don't know if to do it.
Yeah,
Good.
I see kids in Jamaica.
Like, wait, I won't never understand. See, when we just have a conversation, by your son, we talk patwa, we talk Jamaican language, and we not sound awful. We sound, listen me, at the one them we're bright now, your patwa sound bad. When you go for an interview and then you want to impress people about, like you say, I went to a place in Spanish Town, and then I see, and you start to say something bad enough when you have mix up English and Patois and all that one. English language, if you just talk a normal Jamaican, Bob Marley had never done an interview with English. And Bob Marley, one of the most renowned interview. Listen, all of Bob Marley interview them, people love them. Louise Bennett, when you interview Louise Bennett, she never talk English. Uncle Smith, and she said, yes, I can speak the Queen's English, and she in our thing. But I'm saying to you, when we talk patois, like when me talk now, come in and try use English with it. It sound good. But if me try, but me try speak spoken, it also sound awful, because me go use the past and when a present tense use, me go use his when a ha, me go use ha when a han.
No, but
the vowel. Wait, is it? English, you have used no as a vowel. Everything A, E, I, O, U, and I never know. You see a word will sound like a vowel. You have to use an with it. Like you can't say MP. It's an A-N-M-P, because MP sound like E in it. So English language is hard, and everybody know English language. So just you use the thing a lot of people are
speaking language. English is the hardest speaking language in the world.
Because me and man say a MP. That is not, you can't say a MP. It's an MP. An M and a vowel. And then you use A-N in front of every vowel. So a word, listen me. And little people say great name go to school now, but me learn now. You see a word was sound like a vowel, you use a A-N before it. Look on psychic. Most people can't spell psychic. Most people can't spell pharmacy. But look at most Jamaicans spell patois. You start patois. And then you spell pharmacy PH. Then I spell pharmacy F. So if you say an F, then start
the
pharmacy.
The whole thing about it is this.
So if we're in a school, you see where people be better English. As a mark when they propose one time, you use patois to learn English. So for instance, no, me a question like what they say. Come here. So you're not in class, say, come here. And like Spanish, you say, translated English, come here. Move from here. Translated English, move from here. So you can use patois to become a better English. So if we use patois in a school to teach English, most Jamaican, we use English language and talk English language good when the time comes.
But you have teachers, you have teachers overseas that are teaching children patois overseas.
Yeah, but the point I make, now, Mark, when they propose
university right now.
Mark, when they propose it, you're the part of me say. You can use patois and will become a better English country. So you know, a person who grew up in a community where you talk patois, and when you go to school, and you put it up on the board, move from here. Move from here, English, move from here. Come out here, English, come out here. So you see, when a child go up now in the English now and they talk, and they interview, he might go